Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Imagine for a moment. You wake up every morning with a heavy heart, dormant dreams, and absent energy. Laziness becomes an invisible chain that holds you back, allowing you to grasp for the blessings that Allah places before you every day. But did you know that just one word can break this cycle? Yes, a word spoken with faith and intention can transform your life. Today I'm going to reveal to you how saying this word can awaken your soul, reignite your connection with Allah, and push you to do things you thought were impossible. So stay until the end, because this isn't just a video. It's a call to your heart, a path to a life filled with light and blessings. 1. The soul's call to action. Imagine that exact moment when the soft light of sunrise enters your room. The world around you is slowly waking up. The birds sing their melodies, and even the trees, standing still, bear witness to the greatness of Allah by remaining in their place, fulfilling their role in His perfect creation. But where are you in this framework of life? Perhaps lying down, eyes half open, once again pushing away that awakening, that action that your heart knows is necessary. For what? Laziness is a subtle trap. It doesn't come in a scream or a threat, but in a whisper that tells you, later. And so, she robs you of precious moments, of opportunities, of blessings. However, Allah strongly reminds us, and say, act, Allah will see your actions, and His messenger and the believers. Surah At-Tawbah 9, 105. This verse is a direct appeal. Take action. Do not let your soul fall asleep in inaction, because every second of your life is counted. Every breath is a chance to act to please Allah. Faith is a movement. Faith is not an abstract idea. It is living, active, vibrant. This requires an inner movement, a decision to get up, to move forward, even in the face of uncertainty. Ask yourself this question. Why is it sometimes so difficult to perform a simple action? Why postpone a prayer, a duty, a good work, even if we know that it brings blessings? The answer is often found in a heart weighed down by carelessness, by neglect of our bond with Allah. The word Bismillah can change everything. This word is not a simple formula. It is an intention, a direction given to your action. When you say Bismillah, you invoke Allah to give meaning and strength to what you are about to do. Every action, even the smallest, becomes an act of worship, a story that inspires. Remember the story of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, and that lazy man who came to him for help. This man, instead of looking for a solution, complained about his situation. The Prophet, with his wisdom, not only gave him money, no, he did better. He gave him an axe and told him to go chop some wood. This man followed the advice. A few days later he returned, not with an air of despair, but with a face lit up with effort and satisfaction. He was proud of the fruit of his labor. This story is a powerful lesson. Too often we look for easy solutions. We hide behind excuses like, I don't have time, I'm too tired, now is not the right time. But the truth is that these excuses are only a veil that laziness draws over our eyes. And you, what excuses do you give yourself? Take a moment to think. Do you put off praying until later, saying to yourself, I'll do it later? Or are you letting your dreams die because of this overwhelming feeling that it's too hard? The truth is that every excuse we make takes us further away from our potential. Allah, in His mercy, has given us the keys to break these chains. One of those keys is the simple word, Bismillah. When you begin a task by saying these words, you declare that your action is not only for this world, but is related to eternity. It is this connection that transforms laziness into energy, fear into courage, and inaction into movement. A call for introspection. Take a moment now, in your mind, and ask yourself this question. What actions have I been putting off? Can I start with one thing, just one thing, and say, Bismillah. You can start with something simple, like performing a prayer you have neglected, helping a loved one, or simply thanking Allah for the day He has given you. In this world where everything moves around us, where birds fulfill their role, where trees rise for Allah, do not be the one who remains still. Join this universal movement. Stand up, say Bismillah, and take the first step. Allah sees your efforts, and it is He who will multiply them. 2. The inner struggle against inaction. Laziness is not just a state of excessive rest or a refusal to move. No, it's much deeper. This represents a real inner battle, a jihad against the nafs, the ego. You've probably felt it at some point. That silent voice that whispers, "Tomorrow I will start. Later I will come back to it." But this later often turns into never. The truth is that this inertia is a trap carefully set by Shaitan, who wishes to take you away not only from your success in this world, but also from your satisfaction and closeness with Allah. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "And as for him who fights in our cause, we will certainly guide him in our paths. Allah is with the doers of good." Surat Al-Ankabut, 29:69. Look carefully at this verse. He does not say that the path will be easy, nor that Allah will give us everything without effort. No, He emphasizes the struggle, of this constant struggle to overcome our weaknesses, our fears, and our laziness. This struggle is an act of worship in itself, because it demonstrates our sincere desire to progress for Allah, an internal enemy to tame. Imagine a war going on inside you. On the one hand, your soul aspires to act, to fulfill its obligations, to grow spiritually. On the other side, the nafs, influenced by Shaitan, seeks to hold you back. It's a fierce fight. But think carefully. Why do you sometimes feel this heaviness? Why, despite your desire to succeed or perform a pious act, do you feel stuck? This is not due to a lack of ability, because Allah has equipped you with everything you need to move forward. It comes from this inner struggle, this conflict between your soul and your ego. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The greatest jihad is against one's own ego." Phrase inspired by prophetic teachings. Every time you delay an important task, every time you choose comfort over effort, you are giving in to this inner enemy. Laziness is not simple fatigue. It is an illusion, a lie that steals your time and your potential. Musa's story of facing the impossible. To illustrate this fight, let us remember the story of Musa, Moses, peace be upon him, facing the Red Sea. Picture the scene. Musa is with the Banu Israel, fleeing Pharaoh's army. Before them, an impassable sea. Behind them, an army ready to annihilate them. People are terrified, some desperate. But Musa, despite the apparent impossibility of the situation, obeyed Allah's order. Then we revealed to Moses, "Strike the sea with your staff." Then it split, and each side was like a huge mountain. Surah Ash-Shu'ara, 26:63. This moment is a powerful lesson. Musa did not hesitate. He didn't ask why or how it would work. He simply acted, with faith. It was this movement, this act of obedience, that opened a path where there was none. Your own Red Sea. Ask yourself this question: what is your Red Sea? What is that obstacle in your life that seems insurmountable? Maybe it's a prayer you've neglected, a responsibility you've avoided, or a project you've been dreaming of doing, but fear or laziness is preventing you from starting. Stand up, take your stick. This stick symbolizes effort, action, and strike. Even if the action seems small or insignificant, it can unlock unimaginable blessings. This first step is often the most difficult, but it is crucial. Allah does not ask for the impossible. He is not asking you to part the sea. He is simply asking you to have faith and do what you can, with sincerity. The rest is He who takes care of it. Constant effort, even minimal, It is important to understand that the fight against laziness cannot be won in one day. It is a constant effort, a spiritual training. Every little victory counts. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "The deeds most loved by Allah are those which are constant, even if they are few." Bukhari and Muslim. Don't focus on the magnitude of the effort. Start with what you can do today. It can be a simple invocation, a small step towards regular prayer, or even a sincere smile towards someone. Every action, no matter how small, brings you closer to Allah. A call to act now. Right now, think about a task that you've been putting off for too long. Think about this obstacle that seems insurmountable. Maybe it's a simple phone call, an excuse to ask, or a project to start. Don't let Shaitan whisper to you that it's not important. Say Bismillah and take the first step. Remember that your struggle, no matter how small, is seen by Allah, and with every effort, He guides you further along His path. So what action will you take today to overcome your Red Sea? 3. The power of invocation and intention. The power of summoning is a treasure that many underestimate. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, paralyzed by laziness, remember that words have immense power when speaking to Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us a specific invocation against this inner evil. Say with me, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal ajzi wal kasa. O Allah, I seek refuge in you from incapacity and laziness. These words are not ordinary sentences. They are a spiritual weapon, a lifeline in an ocean of inertia. Each word is charged with divine power, because when we invoke Allah sincerely, we never remain without an answer. Allah tells us in the Quran, "And when my servants ask you about me, then I am near. I answer the call of the one who prays to me when he prays to me. So let them respond to my call, and let them believe in me, that they may be well guided." Surat Al-Baqarah, 2186. A connection that frees the soul. Invocation is not only a speech act, it is a liberation of the soul. When you say these words, you realize that you are not alone in this fight. You are supported by the Lord of the worlds. The tongue that invokes Allah becomes a bridge between you and Him, and this bridge, once solidified, is an inexhaustible source of energy and determination. Make a habit of reciting this invocation every morning at the start of the day. Make it a ritual, a way to renew your intention and seek divine help to face your challenges. You will quickly notice a difference in your state of mind. The story of Abu Hurairah, an inspiring example. To understand the power of intention and invocation, let us remember the story of Abu Hurairah. May Allah be pleased with him. This man, known as the companion who transmitted the greatest number of hadiths, did not have an easy life. Abu Hurairah lived in extreme poverty. He could have chosen to let himself be carried away by laziness, telling himself that he did not have the means to contribute or learn. But he had a clear intention, to please Allah and preserve the teachings of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. This intention pushes him to surpass himself every day. At night, while many slept, Abu Hurairah would stay awake to memorize the words of the Prophet. His determination, combined with his faith in Allah, led him to become one of the most respected and memorable companions in the history of Islam. This story is a powerful reminder that it is not the situation you find yourself in that defines your potential, but the intention and effort you put into pleasing Allah. Intention, driving force of action. Intention, niyyah, is the basis of all action. Without clear intention, even the simplest gestures can lose their value. But with sincere intention, even the smallest acts can become acts of worship. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Actions are only as good as their intentions, and everyone will be rewarded according to their intentions." Bukhari and Muslim. So ask yourself this question: what is your intention today? What are the areas of your life where laziness is holding you back? Maybe it's your prayer, family responsibilities, or even a personal project. Whatever the task, say Bismillah and begin, even if the step seems small. A first step towards change. Sometimes laziness paralyzes us because we look at the mountain in front of us instead of focusing on the first step. But intention, accompanied by sincere invocation, can change that. Imagine yourself standing with your hands raised, reciting this invocation. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika minal ajzi wal kasal. At this precise moment, you declare your desire for change. You affirm that you will not let laziness dominate your life. You choose to fight with Allah on your side. A challenge for today. Here's a challenge for you. Identify a task you've been neglecting. It can be a prayer, a duty towards a loved one, or even an act of charity. Close your eyes, say Bismillah, and begin this task with a clear intention to please Allah. You will see how this first step, as simple as it is, can transform your day. Remember that every effort counts, and that Allah, in His infinite mercy, rewards even the smallest actions when done with sincerity. So, what action will you take now to break out of inertia and strengthen your bond with Him? 4. The fruits of effort for Allah. In our life, every action we perform for Allah is an investment for eternity. No drop of sweat, no sincere prayer, nor any act of kindness is forgotten by Him. When you fight against laziness and choose to act, you are not only sowing for this world but also for the hereafter. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "Whoever does good works, even the weight of an atom, will see it." Surah Az-Zalzala 99:7. Imagine this for a moment. A simple smile, a prayer, or a small step toward a noble goal is recorded in your deed book. Laziness, on the other hand, deprives you of these opportunities. It's like refusing to plant a seed when the soil is fertile and ready to produce abundant fruit. The story of Salman al-Farisi, a model of effort and patience. Among the companions of the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, Salman al-Farisi, may Allah be pleased with him, stands out as a living example of perseverance. He was the son of a wealthy Persian dignitary, but his soul sought a truth beyond material wealth. His quest led him to leave his homeland to undertake a long and arduous journey through foreign lands, working as a slave and enduring unimaginable hardships. It was only after decades of strenuous efforts that he discovered the light of Islam. Every step of his journey, every sacrifice he made was not in vain. Allah blessed his efforts by guiding him to the truth and making him one of the closest companions of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Salman proved that when you act with sincerity and patience, Allah always opens doors where there were only walls. Ask yourself this question: what sacrifice am I willing to make to please Allah? What excuses do I find for not moving forward? If Salman had given in to laziness or fear of the unknown, would he have discovered the truth? The blessings hidden in every effort. Acting for Allah does not always mean accomplishing great things. Sometimes it's the small gestures, the daily decisions, that have the biggest impact. You don't need to climb mountains to receive blessings from Allah. A single sincere step towards Him can transform your life. Allah tells us, Allah only changes the state of a people when He changes what they are in themselves. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11. This means that all transformation begins with an inner decision. Laziness is often a symptom of spiritual disconnection. By choosing to stand up and take action, no matter how small, you break this vicious cycle. You open your heart to a light that only action for Allah can bring. The farmer and the divine reward. Think of the image of the farmer. He plants his seeds with faith, without immediate guarantee of the result. He waters, takes care of his plants, and prays for Allah to make it rain. This farmer knows that the harvest depends entirely on divine will. However, he does not remain inactive. He works hard because he trusts in Allah's promise. You are that farmer. Your efforts, no matter how simple they may seem, are your seeds. When you fight against laziness to perform a prayer on time, help someone in need, or recite a verse from the Quran, you are planting a seed that will bear fruit in this world and the hereafter. Remember the words of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. The best action is the one that is done regularly, even if it is small. Muslim, a challenge for today. Plant a seed. Take a moment to think. What small action can you take today to draw closer to Allah? Maybe it's reciting a surah, calling a loved one to ask for forgiveness, or even thanking Allah for a blessing you've overlooked. Stand up and say with conviction, Bismillah. Do this action sincerely and entrust the rest to Allah. Every effort you make for Him is an open door to His mercy. The satisfaction of having acted. There is an indescribable satisfaction in knowing that you have accomplished something for Allah. This satisfaction surpasses all material rewards. It nourishes the soul, strengthens faith, and gives you the motivation to keep moving forward. The question therefore remains, are you ready to take that first step today? Laziness builds nothing, but sincere striving for Allah builds bridges to His nearness, eternal rewards and inner peace that only He can provide. My brothers and sisters, laziness is not inevitable. With every effort, no matter how small, you open a door to the pleasure of Allah. Say this word with conviction, Bismillah, and start. Every effort made for Allah is blessed. Every step towards Him is rewarded. Remember, every day is an opportunity to change, to sow the seeds of your actions, to reap inner peace and satisfaction in the afterlife. So, what will you choose today? Stay calm or act for Allah? If this video touched you, share it with your loved ones. Maybe she will become a source of inspiration for them too. And above all, remember, Allah is always ready to guide you. You just have to start. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.